Hi, this is Van. I'm going to show you how to add your first row of stitches to this chain to create your chunky knit blanket. And there's two different ways to do your chain. I'm going to show you how to use the middle leg or the bump in the middle to pull out your first set of stitches. If you use the middle leg, you will get a gorgeous chain across the bottom of your blanket that will look like this. See that chain? And that chain is created by using the middle leg or that bump. So let me show you what that is. Here's the chain that I've just created. Notice that I haven't tightened my slip knot yet. I'm going to tighten that slip knot after I've added my first row of stitches and I come back and I get that last stitch, or I create that last stitch in row 1. Then I'm going to address this slip knot. So this is the chain just as I've created it. Notice the working yarn's coming out the bottom. To start my first row, I'm going to roll my chain over to the back side. And now the working yarn's coming out the top of that chain, and it will be for the rest of the blanket. I'm looking at the back side of that chain, which is now basically the front of my blanket. I'm going to be using these middle bumps, these middle legs, to pull those stitches out of. Let me just show you here. So when you're looking at a stitch, do you see how there's, get that, just kind of spread that out a little bit. Do you see how there's a hole and there's a hole and there's a middle leg? So there's a top leg, a hole, a middle bump, a hole, and a bottom leg. I am going to be using this middle bump. So again, let me just pull these up a little bit so you can really see where these middle bumps are, these middle legs I'm going to be using. That's what I'm going to be pulling my stitch. Oops, let me get that into frame a little bit better. There's my last one. To start adding my stitches, just one thing to note, I'm not going to be adding a stitch to this end stitch this time. What I am going to do is, I used 4 fingers in my chain to create my chain. And now I'm going to do a relaxed 2 fingers. I'm not going to be pulling it really tight. I'm just going to do a nice relaxed 2 fingers when I'm pulling my first row of stitches out. So the chain in my blanket had 4 fingers, and then for the rest of my rows until I get to the top chain casting off, I'm going to be using 2 fingers, and I'm not going to be pulling it tight. It's going to be nice and relaxed. So I'm going to make sure this stitch is that size. I want it to be the size that I'm going to be doing all my rows. First thing I want to do before starting my first row is I want to throw my yarn down to where I'm traveling. And the reason why I do that is so that my working yarn is coming out the right side of that stitch. So there's my ball of yarn. I threw it down that way because that's the direction I'm going to be headed. Here's that last stitch of our chain, and I'm just going to bring that down to that size I want my stitches in my row. So there's that 2 fingers right there. So I'm just going to adjust that down to the 2 finger size, and then I'm going to set it aside and I'm going to start pulling out the stitches. And by the way, this will end up being the first stitch in my row, in my first row. So I'm not going to put a stitch in it, but that is going to be considered the first stitch in my first row. Hope that makes sense. I am going to start putting stitches in my bumps. So I like to put my hand down on that last stitch Remember when we were creating the chain, how I used my 2 fingers to hold that previous stitch down so I didn't tighten it when I was pulling out a new stitch in the chain? Well, I like to use my hand now to hold the previous stitch. So what I do is there's my size right there, and I don't want to change that size. I'm going to press down, and now I'm going to pull a stitch out of this first bump. And however you want to do it is fine. So some people like reach through and grab that and pull it up. I like to hold down and take my thumb and my finger and kind of push that through. And notice my hands still right here holding that down. And then I pull, and I use my thumb to kind of flick that out or pull that out because I want to make sure when I pull the stitch out that I'm pulling from the working yarn end. Make sure that's the right size. So there it is, and it's a relaxed 2 fingers. That's the size I'm going to be doing every stitch in my chain the best I can. And now I'm going to pull out the next one. Here's my next bump. Again, I'm going to put my hand down, and I'm going to put it down on that last stitch because I don't want to tighten it up. And I'm going to press here, and now I'm going to put my finger in there and press that through and pull that stitch out. I know this seems complicated, and you don't have to do it exactly like I'm doing it, but this is how I do it so that I'm getting those uniform stitches and I'm not tightening the previous stitch. The key to uniform stitches is not tightening the previous stitch, pulling out the right amount for your stitch, and pulling it from the working yarn end. So now I'm going to use this bump and pull a stitch around it. And basically what I'm doing is I'm pulling a stitch like this. See where my finger's at? That's where I'm pulling that yarn from. I'm going to put my fist down, push that through underneath that bump right there, and then pull. And notice I'm pulling from the working yarn end. I'm not pulling from the previous stitch. And I've also got my hand on that previous stitch, so I can't tighten it. We don't want to tighten it. And there's my size right there. Fist. And there's where I'm going to be pulling that stitch. Push that through and pull that stitch out. However you need to do it so it's easy for you and it makes sense and you remember it. That's how you want to do it. Fist, and then here's where I'm going to be pulling this next stitch out. I'm going to push this underneath and pull it up through that last hole. And there's my size. And see how I have got my fingers right there and I can check the size. And then do you see what's happening on the bottom? Look at that gorgeous chain that we're creating. There's our chain that we want across the bottom of our blanket. Here's our next bump that I'm going to be using. I'm going to put my fist down on that last stitch, pick up the working yarn, and then I'm going to be going under that middle leg and up the other side. And there's my size that I'm doing. Relax 2 fingers. And usually I like to do my chain stitches about twice as big as those stitches that I'm pulling out for all of my rows. That gives you that gorgeous relaxed stitch across the bottom of your blanket. If you don't want it that relaxed, you can maybe do like one more finger. Like for example, you could do 3 fingers for your chain stitches and then 2 for your rows. But whatever you do, remember that these stitches right here, this is what size stitch I want every stitch in my blanket to be throughout the body of the blanket. They're all about the same height. You just need to commit. Decide from the beginning what size you're going to do. Here's my last stitch. There's my last bump. Remember, this is that slip knot right here that we're going to address here in just a second. There's my slip knot. But I'm going to grab this last bump, this last stitch, And this is our chain, and this is our first row of stitches. This is row number 1. We should have 14 stitches in row number 1 because I had 14 stitches in my chain. And if you remember, this was that end stitch that we didn't do anything with on the chain. This is now part of our row 1 of stitches. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, and 14. So we've got 14 stitches coming out of our chain, and that's what we want. Now I'm going to address this slip knot. I want, if you can see my stitches here on the bottom, I want my end here, my corner, to be nice and squared off. So now I'm going to tighten this, and what I'll do is, here's my tail, so I'll hold the tail. I'm going to move this right here over a little bit, and then I'm going to start pulling on that tail and kind of hold here, and I'm just kind of watching it, and I want it to look nice on the end. So that looks good to me. Do you see how nice that looks? You don't want it to be, if you don't do this step, it might end up being a little too big and loose, and it's going to make your corner not look very nice. So that's why we wait. And now we're going to move on. And this is where you would just start doing your second row of stitches, and then you continue going back and forth. And I'll show you that in another video.